What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Got a good one for y'all today. What's up, Tiffany? What's up, Cam Lish? What's up, Marshall? What's up, Chris? What's up, Dolores? Y'all come on in. What's up, Lindy? What's up, Javon? What's up, shit? Y'all come on in. What's up, Raw? What's up, Portia? Y'all come on in. Alright, we'll give them another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. Alright. How about we begin? Let's go and get it in. They'll get here when they get here. Y'all share this, let the people know what's going on. So now, this section here is called the shift updates. This will be part 2 to my great convergence lecture. What's up, Brandon? This will be part 2 to my great convergence lecture. What's up, Ty? So, yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I wanted to show or reveal, because this is a message from Sophia Asset, is what she looks like. You know, a lot of people ask me about her. I posted her on my page, but since she's part of this video, her energy anyway, we're gonna get it in. Here she go. Sophia Asset. Sophia to the left, and of course I said to the right. So now, what's up, Sherry? Well, now, if y'all have seen her, let's get into the lecture. What is a shift? That's the $1 million question. One of them, anyway. A shift is the transition from one state of being and energy to another. So now, what is the shift going to be like for the Great Conjunction? On December 21st, 2012/2020, you are going to begin to vibrate as you look at the wonders of this celestial event. Now, here is your final test. While looking at this wondrous event, you are going to get an intuitive message that tells you to go within. You then close your eyes and begin to meditate. You will begin the process of finding the Great Conjunction inside of you. Because as the law of correspondence states, as the universe, so the soul. Once you find it in your mind's eye, your macabre vehicle of light will activate, and you will shift to your respective dimensional earths that you are vibrating on, according to how much soul and spirit work you have done down here on the physical plane. Because they are multi-dimensional earths. You see what I'm saying? They are multi-dimensional earths around here. So, that leaves me with a quote from Darth Sidious. When we talk about these tests, what are tests? We are, all of us, always being tested, my friend. He talking to Darth Vader. Tests make us stronger, and strength is power, and power is the point. I'm going to add on power, ascension, and freedom is the point. I'm going to add on a little bit to that. What's up, Desiree? Add on a little bit to that. So now, with that being said, so this is how the event going to go. You're going to actually experience this shift in your mind, in your soul, just as much as you're going to experience this shift outside of you. As within, so without. As above, so below. As the universe, so the soul. So it's both happening in you and out of you. So now, the special note, if you were brave enough to teach, before I get to that, another $1 million question. A lot of people ask me, at least I asked myself, shit, I had to know this my goddamn self. So, how do you know if you shift or not? You know, and the answer to that is you will know that you have shifted because after watching this intercosmic broadcast, you should see yourself shift to the new earth in your mind's eye, or your third eye, or your first eye, as you've always known. What's up, LaTrinda? What's up, Carolyn? So there you go. So that's what's happening here when we dealing with this shift. Like after I got through my Great Convergence lecture, I seen myself shift onto the new earth. You know, I seen myself shift onto the new earth, which is a beautiful place. Y'all gonna love it when you get there. So yeah, and all of us gonna be shifting to our respective earths to do what we do. You see what I'm saying? To prepare. Special note: if you were brave enough to teach spirituality and soulity for at least a year, then you will automatically shift to the 6th and 7th dimension. 6th dimension if you just did it for a year. 7th dimension if you did it for more than a year. You see what I'm saying? You did it for more than a year. So there you go. Now, I got a little video here for y'all from the movie Watchmen with Dr. Manhattan. Now it's real low. You know, I think YouTube been fucking with a lot of these spiritual videos, and they've been making they've been going around making the quality of sound way worse than what it's supposed to be. So check this out. So I hope y'all can hear it. Make sure this volume all the way up. Check it out.
Oh, I'll catch up with you guys. I think I left my watch inside. Just wait a second.
Yo, Chosen.
I crossed the room to the intrinsic field
form of shifting you just did.
There is nothing to bury. Janie frames the snapshot. It's the only photograph of me anyone has. A circulatory system is seen by the perimeter fence. A few days later, a partially muscled skeleton stands in the hallway and screams for a moment before vanishing. Nations around the world still reeling from this morning's announcement, possibly the most significant event. We repeat, the Superman exists, and he is American. They call me Dr. Manhattan. They explain the name has been chosen for the ominous associations it will raise in America's enemies. See, at the time, I was misquoted. I never said the Superman exists, and he is American. What I said was, God exists, and he's American. Now, if you begin to feel an intense and crushing feeling of religious terror at the concept, don't be alarmed. That indicates only that you are still sane.
Knows he said God exists in America.
I am tired of Earth. I'm tired of being caught in the tangle of their lives. They claim their labors are to build a heaven. It's too late.
So there you go. He said a few things in there. He said it was the last time I felt fear before his light body came online. His electromagnetic light body. When that shit came online, he just dealt with this shit until he just got sick of it, and then that's when he shifted over. You see what I'm saying? He shifted over and he went to Mars. And notice, Cuz said, yeah, I said Superman was on Earth. I was misquoted. I actually said God is in America. He talking about you, melanated man, woman, and child, and all other star seeds of the star seed nation. You see what I'm saying? He talking about us. You see what I'm saying? God is in America. The God is in America. So let us continue here. So he shifts to Mars, but we know we're gonna be shifting to a new version of the Earth. See what I'm saying? So, but they always put it in the movies, as we already know. So now that was Dr. Manhattan. That was from the movie Watchmen. So now let's continue here. Discussion with Sophia Osset. Discussions. My question to her was, why are we revealing this information so early in the timeline? Because, it's September. So why so early? And her answer was, you are revealing it because there may not be any technology available to reveal it with once the grid goes down in the coming months. Let me read that again. You are revealing it because there may not be any technology available to reveal it with once the grid goes down in the coming months. And which is true. We may not even have technology by December. They may shut this shit down in December. You never know what the fuck these niggas about to do. Although we know they're gonna try to keep us as distracted as possible, cause they know that they did a test run in April with shutting down the system to see how people will react while outside of the system versus how they will react inside the system, right? So they seen that people became more loving, more balanced, more laid back, and they can't have it. Shit. That's anti-archon. Those are the characteristics of an anti-archon. So they were starting to lose members of their tribe. So they only shut it down for 2 weeks because they seen the accelerated regeneration of the people. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. Everybody was out in nature, riding boats and chilling with their families and having a good time, and the love energy was strong. So they was like, nah, nope. So they shut this shit right back down. They tuned the reality, woke them up for a little bit, and then they put them back to sleep with that George Floyd ritual. Peak game. They had you burn out all your energy with the George Floyd ritual, which we found out that a lot of these motherfuckers who they killing on these lies, they psyoping into killing on these lies are the people who are recording it is crisis actors, number one, and the people who they're killing, like George Floyd, are actually white people with black faces. How about that? Yeah. They just dropped the signs of a lady from the CIA. It's on my page if y'all want to check it out. She just dropped the signs of how motherfuckers be wearing black masks, and they be going around committing all kinds of crimes. They be doing they dress up like us to do all these mass rituals and so on and so forth. So George Floyd was never even there. It was a white boy dressed as a black man. You see what I'm saying? It was a white boy dressed as a black man. He was black-faced. See what I'm saying? So, and the people that was around him was most of them was crisis actors. So yeah. What's up, Diamond? So let's continue here. So now, a couple of special notes here. If technology goes down, how are you going to keep track of the days until the Great Conjunction? The answer is get you a physical calendar and mark the days off once your technology goes down. Like Ray was doing in The Force Awakens. You know, she just marking off the days, and she didn't even know she was marking off the days till the Force called her. See what I'm saying? Or in our case, it's the Great Conjunction, which is the same thing. See what I'm saying? So also, get you some physical maps of your state and country from a rest stop. They free there. So your local rest stop, you know, that you usually, you know, they use it. There's plenty of them in the state. They have free maps of the state, the country, whatever. See what I'm saying? So go and get you some free maps, you know, just so you can have an outline of your particular state, the main highways and everything, just in case you may need them to travel, you know, to different locations. Now, the Living Jeds. This portion of the lecture is called the Living Jeds. Rise of the New Jedi. The secrets of Finn, Anki, and Inanna. Finn equals the Great Awakener, and Janna equals the Great Destroyer. And so what's going on here? Well, first let me show you the scenes here. Let me get you the scenes around here. So we can put this in perspective, and then we'll continue on. Let's see here. Here we go. I had to start doing my own homemade videos because YouTube been fucking with the voice. You know, it's real low quality for a lot of spiritual videos now. So I found it on YouTube, but it was so fucking low that I had to do it myself.
Volume control. It's an 06, but shit. Thank you. This is the first order part. There's an old cruiser on the West Ridge. Straight to the pubs. The one we were assigned to. The one we escaped. Okay, wait. You were first order. Not by choice. We were conscripted as kids. One of us. I was TZ-1719. Stormtrooper. FN-2187. You? I never knew there were more. Deserters. All of us here were stormtroopers. We mutinied at the Battle of Enzo Island. They told us to fire on civilians. We wouldn't do it. We laid our weapons down. All of you? The whole company. I don't even know how it happened. It wasn't a decision. Really, it was like an instinct. Feeling.
Hold on, I got one more for y'all. Check this out.
That signal's coming from that command ship. That's our drop zone. How do you know? Feeling. You want to call your ground?
So now, in the whole of this whole series, this whole trilogy came out, Finn had 3 jobs. To awaken everybody. First, to awaken himself, awaken everybody else across the cosmos. Because don't think that like I told y'all, these intercosmic broadcasts actually reach other beings across the cosmos as well, who have more advanced technology than us, and they are actually listening to us as well, activating genetic codes inside themselves. As I told y'all in my intercosmic broadcast. So don't think that you're not just affecting humans, you're affecting beings all across the cosmos. Like I said, 12 million universes plus is listening to us, recorded up to 100 million unrecorded. So let's continue here. So now, his whole job, like I said, he had 3 roles: to awaken himself, tear off that stormtrooper outfit, which was his conditioning, his program, his subconscious archonic programming. Find his the second was go around the galaxy awakening everybody, because it was because of him that the Force even moved in the first place, because he was the living Jed. And finally, the third was find Jonah, his melanated counterpart. See what I'm saying? So this you got going on. He was the living Jed. Who was the living Jed? The Baphomet. And he had to go and find who? Sophia, who was Jonah. He played the role of who? Enki. And who was also Atlantis, the Babylonian fish god in Babylon, right? And John is Inanna, who is Ishtar, and later on would be Ad-Alat, or Ad-Alat in Arabian paganism, but it would be Ishtar in Acadia and Babylon, and it'll be Inanna in Sumer. So these connections. Inanna is Aset in ancient Egypt, and Aset and Inanna are Sophia in the Gnostic teachings. You see what I'm saying? Enki is Tehuti in he's Lord of the Underworld. So Enki is actually Osiris or Asa in ancient Egypt, and he would be juxtaposed as Hermes Trismegistus, but also the Baphomet as well, because the Baphomet is the occult Christos, who becomes the Great Awakener also. So he would become Hermes Baphomet in this case. So this is what you got going on here. So Finn's whole, like I said, he had 3 jobs. He had to awaken himself, destroy his conditioning, awaken the rest of the cosmos with his energy, and then awaken the rest of the cosmos. What's up, Amisha? What's up, Keanu? With his energy. And then finally he had to find his mate, who was Sophia, or Inanna. You see what I'm saying? In the form of Jonah. And then he had to teach her about what? The Force. That's what he just taught her. He just showed her 2 scenes. First he told her what the Force is. Then he showed her how the Force works in the second scene. Now, of course, this is also a King Solomon, Queen of Sheba, Queen Michaela moment as well, because King Solomon was the wisest man. Queen Michaela, or who y'all know as the Queen of Sheba, was the wisest woman. King Solomon represents the soul of man, and Queen of Sheba represents the soul of a woman, right? So she had her own teachings that she gave to him. He taught her about the Force, or the spiritual teachings, and she gave him teachings on the natural science. She taught him how to ride, she taught him how to horseback ride, and how to wield weapons while horseback riding, which I'm about to show y'all her scene here. Let's see.
Then our using speed is...
So now, what was that? Him and Jonah, Finn and Jonah, took down what? A Star Destroyer together, or a Soul Destroyer together. So they took down the Soul Destroyers. Who are the Soul Destroyers? We already know the Soul Destroyers are the Archons. That's their role. They had to come together to destroy this Archonic Matrix. They was beyond the Jedi and the Sith, because they were just practitioners of the Force. Now, Finn and Jonah was the Force. They were the living Jeds. The living Jeds are literally ancestral forces, primordial forces operating through us in the physical plane. That's why they needed both Finn and Jonah. Finn, Anki, Oannis, and Jonah and Nana Ishtar. They needed both of them. And they went on to take down this Star Destroyer by themselves. You see what I'm saying? This Soul Destroyer. So that's what they telling you. So they went down and take down the Archonic system. But of course they overshadowed it. They overshadowed it with Rey and Darth Sidious and all. That shit didn't even matter for real. It was what the ancestors was doing, the primordial beings was doing, which was shutting down that Star Destroyer. He sensed with the Force that was the main Star Destroyer that needed to be taken down. You see what I'm saying? That was the main Archon, which actually was Yaldabaoth. You see what I'm saying? The Demon Urge. So we need to go take down the Demon Urge. So they went and took down the Demon Urge together and blew that shit up. They put it in the form of a Star Destroyer. And once that Star Destroyer went down, none of the ships could move. You see what I'm saying? They was all locked in stasis due to them being on that fucked up ass planet that they was on. You see what I'm saying? So Trappist was up, Tori. That fucked up planet they was on. So this is what you got going on here with the living Jed. So he was the Great Awakener, she was the Great Destroyer, and they came together to do damage to this system. That's what they feel. That's what they feel. They feel the Great Awakening, they feel the Great Destruction, and they feel us coming together to do it. They feel the gathering. That's they call it, the Great Gathering, which we'll talk about later on. So yeah, there you go. There you go. So now, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. Solar observations. Alright, here we go. There's some solar observations are a lot of things that went down for this great conjunction. They just went down. Let's see here. A lot of things went down for this period. On September 11th, 2012, on the Ethiopian calendar, the Ethiopian conjunction activated the scroll of the seven seals. You see what I'm saying? And the scroll of the seven seals is actually a universal declaration of war on this Archonic matrix or Archonic system. Now, let me read some of that. Because you had the four horsemen of the apocalypse, who Brother Wisdom talked to y'all about, and his team. He gave y'all 4 dates. September 21st, 2012, which is Conquest, the white horse. October 20th and 21st, 2012, which is War, the red horse. November 21st, 2012, which is Famine, the black horse. And December 21st, 2012, which is Death, the pale horse. Now, let me read this verse. It says from, the book of Revelations, real quick, page 688. We talking about chapter 5. I started there. Now, the scroll and the lamb. Let's see. You're going to see I'm going to talk about the lamb and the goats and shit y'all be reading in these books in a second. The scroll and the lamb. Then I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll with writing on both sides and sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a mighty angel proclaiming in a loud voice, "Who is worthy to break the seals and open the scroll?" But no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth. So they telling y'all it's inner earth right there. Was up ice. They telling y'all it's under earth is inner earth right there. Let me read that again. Who is worthy to break the seals and open the scroll? But no one in heaven, the universe, or on the earth, which is us, or under the earth, the inner earth beings, could open the scroll or even look inside it. I wept and wept because no one was found who was worthy to open the scroll or look inside. Then one of the elders said to me, do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals. Who is the Lion of Judah? We already know that the Lion of Judah is the Ethiopians, right? The Lion of the tribe of Judah is the root of David, the Star of David is the Ethiopians, right? The Cushites, right? Now, why was they strong enough to open it? Because their calendar has never been corrupted because they've never been conquered. P-game. See what I'm saying? Their calendar has never been corrupted because the Ethiopians, who are actually the Cushites, see what I'm saying, from the kingdom of Meroe and Queendom of Meroe, has never been conquered. You see what I'm saying? So, they are the first calendar that exists and still operational. Now, the second most powerful calendar next to the Ethiopians is the Mayan calendar. Why is their calendar so powerful? Because when the conquistadors showed up over here in Mesoamerica and started fucking shit up, when they got to the Mayan Empire, the Mayans were already gone. Well, the Mayan priesthood and everybody that mattered were already gone. Because guess what? The Mayans are time travelers. So when they showed up to their hood, their reality, their civilization, they had already bounced. Because they had other tasks to take care of across the cosmos and timelines. You see what I'm saying? So that's why both these calendars are so powerful. Now, let us continue here. Then I saw a lamb looking as if it had been slain, standing in the center of the throne, encircled by the 4 living creatures and the elders. The 4 living creatures, by the way, is the 4 elements. The one with the head of the lion, fire. The one with the head of an ox, earth. The one with the head of an eagle, air. And of course, the one with the head of a man, water. You see what I'm saying? So just the 4 elements. And then you had the 24 elders. He had 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. That's the 7 African spirits that y'all popularly know. He came and took the scroll from the right hand of him who sat on the throne. And when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song. You are worthy to take the scroll and to open the seal, because you were slain. And with your, and they talk about the Christos energy here, because you were slain, with your blood you purchased men for God from every tribe and language and people and nation. You have made them to be a kingdom and priests to serve our God, and they will reign on the earth. Then I looked and heard the voice of many angels, numbering thousands upon thousands and 10,000 times 10,000. They encircled the throne and the living creatures and the elders. In a loud voice they sang, Worthy is the Lamb, Baphomet, who was slain to receive power and wealth and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and praise. Then I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and on the sea and all that is in them, so that you know there's aquaterrestrials up under the sea as well, to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be praise and honor and glory and power forever and ever. Oh yeah, so now we get into the seals. I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying aloud, in a voice like thunder, Come, look, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror, bent on conquest. When the Lamb opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, Come. Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make men slay each other. To him was given a large sword. Oh yeah, this is all happening, by the way. It's been happening for some time now, but it's really about to amp up according to these dates. You see what I'm saying? It's really going to amp up. Each one going to really get theirs. Each horse going to really get theirs as the time goes on. When the Lamb opened the third seal, I heard the living creature say, Come. I looked, and there before me was a black horse, and its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the 4 living creatures saying, A quart of wheat for a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil and the wine. What are they talking about here? Think about it. A quart of wheat for a day's wages. That means, yeah, that's what they say. A quart of wheat for a day's wages. That means you get paid for the work you do on these plantations known as jobs. And 3 quarts of barley for a day. 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages. This is all food. And do not damage the oil and the wine. Why not damage the oil and the wine? Because the oil and the wine are considered sacred. Because the oil and the wine has spirits in them. See what I'm saying? Has spirits in them. So yeah, they use the oil to do what? Anoint you. Oil is represent melanin, and the wine represents the life force. See what I'm saying? When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature said, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. His rider was named Death, and Hades, the grave, was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. When he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony they had maintained. They called him out in a loud voice, "How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true unto you, judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood?" Then each was given a white robe. Why is it always white? Why is it always white? Think about it. White represents purity, right? But it's actually white gold. You know what I'm saying? And gold is God, if you drop the L. So it's purified God consciousness, or purified, refined God consciousness, to be precise. Now, let's see here. White robe, and they were told to wait a little longer till the number of their fellow servants and brothers who were to be killed as they had been was completed. So the star seeds don't die. You see what I'm saying? They don't die. They wait on the other side to fuck this shit up, to come back and fuck this shit up, like we've been telling y'all. As I watched as he opened the sixth seal, there was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth, which means it's a solar eclipse, and made of goat hair. So that means it's a solar eclipse. Actually, it's a total solar eclipse on December 14th, 2012 or 2020, which is literally 7 days before December 21st. And the rest. Now he made this reference, and it's made black like goat hair. What does they mean by that? A lot of goat and lamb energy here. So they telling y'all this is gonna all pop off in the Capricorn energy. You see what I'm saying? The Capricorn energy. They're telling you right there with all this goat and lamb symbolism. You see what I'm saying? Now let's see here. The whole moon turned blood red, lunar eclipse, and the stars in the sky fell to the earth. That means the firmament or this dome around us shadows and breaks. As late figs dropped from a fig tree was shaken by a strong wind. The sky receded like a scroll, the firmament being completely destroyed, rolling up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place, the pole shift. So it's all here. You know, you just gotta know what you're looking at. It's in code. Then the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, the rich, the mighty, and every slave and every free man hid in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. They called to the mountains and the rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come. Who can stand?" Who is the face of him who sits on the throne? A lot of people ask me. They like, "Oh, it's Jesus Christ." It's Nibiru. Peep gang. We already talked about this in my Anunnaki extraterrestrial video. The beings that they gonna see, this being who sits on the throne. If you sit on the throne, you in heaven, right? That's your throne. To us here on Earth is the universe. That means that's the heaven. That's the throne. So who's sitting on the throne? The Nibiru. See what I'm saying? The Nibiru. There you go. Right there. The Nibiru. There you go. Isis, Gotha is the inner Earth. If y'all want to know the name of it. So Nibiru is a destroyer that comes back and fuck this shit up. Go check out my Anunnaki extraterrestrials video. I go in on it. I go in on destroyers. Now, 144,000 sealed. After this, I thought this is when they go in on, you know, the 144,000. Before the last great purge happens on this planet, the last great cleansing, the 144,000 must be sealed and shifted to the new earths. See what I'm saying? So that's what this book 144,000 is talking about. All star seeds who did the work are shifted to the new earths. You see what I'm saying? To their respective planes of existence during the great convergence. Right? So check this out. 144,000. After this, I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth to prevent any wind from blowing on the land or on the sea or on any tree. Cause oxygen gonna die out and be replaced with hydrohelium. Then I saw another angel coming up from the east, having the seal of the living God. He called out in a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm the land and the sea. So what's the seal of the living God? It could be either the seal of the phoenix, for those who went through the order of the phoenix, or it could be the seal of the Baphomet head, for those who went through the order of Gnostics. You see what I'm saying? Order of the Gnostics. Usually you specialize in one or the other, but you know they overlap. So you probably gonna tap into both eventually, but usually you come up through one particular group. You see what I'm saying? One particular group. That's what the seals are. And you also got one for the Nation of Islam too. They talk about the wheel. The wheel in the sky, the starship. The starship is another name from the Beirut. So the wheel is also the 3rd seal that I came across. So a lot of the Arabic community has theirs too, the Nation of Islam. Those who tap into the black god sciences and goddess sciences, you know, they know who they are. 5%ers and everybody. So now, you know, they have an opportunity to get up out of here too, because they kept those black god sciences alive for the next generation. So now, let's continue here. let's see here. Then I saw another angel coming up from the east, having the seal of the living God. He called out in a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm the land and the sea. Do not harm the land or the sea or the trees until we put a seal on the foreheads of the servants of our God. It's actually in the forehead first, which is the activation of your pineal glands and neuron points. And it manifests here out of your 3rd eye as either the seal of the Baphomet or the seal of the phoenix. It'll either look like this or it'll look like this. Goat horns or the flapping of the phoenix wings, if you ever seen it. And it projects out of your 3rd eye actually. So yeah, if y'all want to know what that is, you see what the seal actually looks like on your forehead. Then I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. Then they go in on the tribes of Israel. It's actually 13 tribes of Israel. But Scorpio, because the tribes of Israel is actually just referencing the 12 zodiacs that we was all born through. Scorpio shares a spot with Ophiuchus, the 13th zodiac. So they split 6,000. 6,000 for Scorpio and 6,000 for Ophiuchus. So yeah, just put that out there. So, and that makes day 12,000. So it's actually 13, but they don't give you the 13th. They mix it in with Scorpio instead of actually just telling you that it was 6,000 for Scorpio and 6,000 for Ophiuchus. So let's continue here. The great multitude, and those usually the main Scorpios are the ones born in October and the early part of November, and the rest of it is Ophiuchus. You see what I'm saying? The rest of it is Ophiuchus for the rest of November. So, yeah. The great multitude in white robes, those who have did the ascension work, the internal work, and ascended. So, those are those in white robes, the starseeds who actually did their internal work and ascended and are ready for this particular event. After this, I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and in front of the Lamb. They were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hands. Palms represent peace. So they found their inner peace. And they gathered together. This is the great gathering that they was talking to you about in the Dark Crystal, at the end of it, in a way, the Age of Resistance. So we'll get into the great gathering later. And they cried out in a loud voice, salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb. All the angels were standing around the throne, around the elders and the 4 living creatures. They fell down on their faces before the throne and worshiped God, saying, Amen, praise and glory. Or Amen Ra, praise and glory. and wisdom and thanks and honor and power and strength be to our God forever and ever. Amen. Then one of the elders asked me, these in white robes, who are they? And where did they come from? I answered, sir, you know. And he said, these are they who have come out of the great tribulation. Meaning you ascended your consciousness out of this shit. And because of this, you were able to shift out of the great tribulation. You were able to literally shift out of this dimension onto the new earth once the great conversions got here at the end of the cycle. That's what they're talking about here. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. What do they mean by that? They have washed their robes, which means they have washed their robes or purified themselves, did all their shadow work and everything, got them blockages, purified them blockages, them traumas, them pains and suffering, all that bullshit that weighed them down, all that karma that weighed them down, and now they've made them white. They pure now. They whole. They hollow on the inside. No longer, nothing is weighing their spirits down, their souls down anymore. You see what I'm saying? Nothing is weighing their souls and spirits down anymore. So they free to go. They free to go. They free to shift and ascend. So, let's see here. Therefore, they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will spread his tent over them, mean protection. Never again will they hunger. Never again will they thirst, because you'll have immortal bodies. The sun will not beat upon them. That's happening now. Y'all notice that before y'all woke in, the sun used to burn y'all. But after y'all woke in, your melanin got purified, the sun no longer burns you. It actually vibrated on your skin. That's what they're talking about here. The sun will not beat upon you anymore. Nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd, guide, spiritual/soul guide. He will lead them to springs of living water, the life force, and the life force/immortality, and will wipe away every tear from their eyes. So you like Dr. Manhattan, you will shift beyond human emotion. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into how you shift, how that's starting to happen now. So now let's get into chapter 8. The seventh seal and the golden censer. Now what is a censer? It's this little object. It's an incense burner to keep it simple. A censer is a incense burner. So now what is it talking about here? When he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. This is after the great convergence, after December 21st. So you're heading into Capricorn. And I saw the 7 angels who stand before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Another angel who had a golden censer came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense to offer with prayers of all the saints on the golden altar before the throne. The smoke of the incense together with the prayers of the saints went up before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and hurled it on the earth. That's the coronal mass ejection. See what I'm saying? That's hurled from the sun to the earth. And there came peals of thunder, rumbling, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. So peep game here. So one, the trumpets. Then the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared to sound them. The first angel sounded his trumpet, and there came hail and fire mixed with blood, and it was hurled down upon the earth. A third of the earth was burned up, a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up, due to the coronal mass ejection, or what y'all know as the solar flare. The mass solar flare is supposed to hit the planet. This is all this shit is here. I don't know why these niggas don't listen to nobody. You see what I'm saying, y'all? I don't know why they don't listen. The second angel sounded his trumpet, and something like a huge mountain, all ablaze, was thrown into the sea. So they said one of the mountains, don't know which one, was thrown into the sea. So some of these places will sink. Some of these places will sink. That's basically what they're saying during the pole shift. All the blaze was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned into blood, a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. It is in the sea, the Navy and everybody. So a third of the Navy was wiped out. The navies, anyway. The third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. So wormwood is actually Nibiru, another name for it. the star, the energy that comes from the beetroots, that red iron ore y'all been seeing. And if y'all already been keeping up with what's going on in world affairs, y'all know that a lot of the seeds already been turning red with blood. See what I'm saying? That red iron oxide is hitting the seeds. And that's one of the reasons why they're spraying chemtrails to nullify the red iron oxide. See what I'm saying? To nullify it. But they're going to be able to do that for much longer. See what I'm saying? So let's continue here. Let's see, what was I? And because of course the water is full of disease and sewage and all this other fuckery, that you know, all pain and the death of fish and all that shit, it's gonna smell bad and be bitter. Of course, that's natural. The fourth angel sounded his trumpet, and a third of the sun was struck, a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them turned dark. So they was eclipsed. A third of the day was without light, and also a third of the night. So no more stars in the sky, and most of it is only gonna be a portion of the day you can see. You see what I'm saying? Portion of the day you can see, cause the dawn will be gone, so the 24-hour cycle will be shattered. See what I'm saying? The 12-hour day, 12-hour night cycle will be shattered. You see what I'm saying? So as I watched, I heard an eagle that was flying which is Heru, that was flying in mid-air call out in a loud voice, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," which just means trouble, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth because of the trumpet blast about to be sounded by the other three angels. The fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen from the sky to the earth. The star was given the key to the shaft of the abyss. When he opened the abyss, smoke rose from it like the smoke from a gigantic furnace. The sun and sky were darkened by the smoke from the abyss. And out of the smoke, locusts came down upon the earth and were given power like that of scorpions of the earth. So you're talking about your melanin monsters now. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any plant or any tree, but only those people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. So even amidst all this crazy ass shit, you're going to be protected. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be protected. They were not given power to kill them, but only to torture them for 5 months. And the agony they suffered was like that of the sting of a scorpion when it strikes a man. During those days, men will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will elude them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. On their heads, they wore something like crowns of gold, and their faces resembled human faces. Their hair was like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the thundering of many horses, and chariots rushing into battle. They had tails and stings like scorpions, and in their tails they had power to torment people for 5 months. They had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, the destroyer, and in Greek Apollyon. That's your melanin monster. Them your demonic forces hitting the planet fucking this shit up. See what I'm saying? Your demonic forces hitting the planet fucking this shit up. That's what's going on here. The sixth angel sounded his trumpet, and I heard a voice coming from the horns of the golden altar that is before God. It said to the sixth angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." And the 4 angels who had been kept ready for this very hour and day and month and year were released to kill a third of mankind. The number of the mounted troops of these of the angelic forces was 200 million. I heard their number. So who are these 4 angels? The angels of death. They the angelic assassins. So one end about the demonic forces, led by Abaddon, and on the other end they talk about these 4 angels who represent the forces of death, destruction, doom, disarray, you know, and they come back and fuck this shit up too. So your angelic forces and your demonic forces gonna fuck this shit up. Peep game here, peep game, cause you're gonna have all power of both the angelic and the demonic in your hands, just like King Solomon and Queen Sheba. But now what were we here? What were we? Let's see. I heard their number. The horses and riders. Okay, here. The horses and riders I saw in my vision looked like this. Their breastplates were fiery red, dark blue, and yellow as sulfur. The heads of the horses resembled the heads of lions, and out of their mouths came fire, smoke, and sulfur. A third of mankind was killed by the 3 plagues of fire, smoke, and sulfur that came out of their mouths. The power of the horses was in their mouth. The power of the horses was in their mouths and their tails, for their tails were like snakes having heads with which they inflict injury. They talking about magic. See what I'm saying? They say these motherfuckers had heads like lions and they blew, but they had the power of dragons. You know, they was fire breathing. See, they had head of lions, you know, courageous beings, and they breathed fire, you know, which is just saying that basically these beings, these immortal forces gonna hit the planet and fuck this shit up, y'all. They gonna hit the planet and fuck this shit up. You know what I'm saying? These frequencies, these vibrations gonna tear these motherfuckers' asses. A new one. Now, and they had the power was in their mouths, meaning that they had divine utterance. And even demonic utterance. You see what I'm saying? Even demonic utterance, which is magic. Light and dark magic. The rest of mankind that were not killed by these plagues still did not repent of the work of their hands. They did not start worshiping demons and idols of God, silver, bronze, stone, and wood. The demons are archons, by the way. Idols that cannot see or hear or walk, because the archons are blind gods or blind angels. Nor did they repent of their murders, their magic arts, their sexual immorality, or their thefts. So they still, even with all this crazy shit going on in the world right now, motherfuckers is still materialistic. You see what I'm saying? They still worshiping archons, even though whether they know it or not. Idols of gold, silver, bronze, and stone, the jewelry, the necklaces, the cars and wood, the houses, you know, MTV cribs, idols that cannot see or hear or walk. See what I'm saying? False prophets. See what I'm saying? Prophets can also be spelled PROFITS as well. You see what I'm saying? Nor did they repent of their murders, their magic arts, their cabal sorcery, social sorcery, their sexual immorality, or their thefts. You know, they're stealing. So none of that shit. So let's see here. There's 2 other verses here, but the main one I want to read is the last and 7th trumpet. The 7th angel sounded his trumpet, and there were loud voices in heaven which said, "The kingdom of the world has become the kingdom of our Lord and of his Christ, and he will reign forever and ever." And the 24 elders who were seated on their thrones before God fell on their faces and worshiped God, saying, "We give thanks to you, Lord God Almighty, the one who is and who was, because you have taken your great power and have begun to reign." I'm talking about for man's race, pre-existing one. Those energies are starting to usurp the arcanic frequencies. The nations were angry, and your wrath has come. The time has come for judging the dead. Who is the dead? The dead is any motherfucker who did not do the internal work down here. You see what I'm saying? Who did not do the internal work down here. That's the zombies. You see what I'm saying? That you walk by every day who refuse to awaken. You see what I'm saying? So let's see here. And for rewarding your servants, the prophets, and your saints, and those who reverence your name, both small and great, and for destroying those who destroy the earth. So there you go. Need I say more? That's you, Starseed. You good. You get your rewards, which is actually your own actually your own universe. You know, you can actually build it now if you have enough consciousness to do so. But yeah, definitely, that's what this is. Then God's temple in heaven was open, and within his temple was seen the ark of his covenant, which is pretty much a celestial agreement. And there came flashes of lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder, and an earthquake, and a great hailstorm. So there you go. There you go. So yeah. And it's actually her temple, because that's Sophia. Actually, believe it or not, that's Sophia. So there you go. That's what you're talking about here. That's what you're talking about with these particular events. So, with that being said, I got a few more videos, you know, for y'all to understand this, you know, give you a visual representation. I had some leftover footage from a 2012 lecture. For all y'all those who didn't get a chance to see it, check this out.
The judgment day, the end of the world, my friend. Christians call it the rapture, but the Mayans knew about it. The Hopis, the I Ching, the Bible. So look, I gotta eat. If I don't you download my blog, it's free. Appreciate it. In ancient times, the Mayan people were the first civilization to discover that this planet had an expiration date. According to their calendar, in the year 2012, a cataclysmic event would unfold caused by an alignment of the planets in our solar system that only happens every 640,000 years. I did all the animation myself. Just imagine the Earth as an orange. Lure them in with humor. Then you make them think. Our sun began to emit such extreme amounts of radiation, you bastard, you're calling us cleaners, that the core of the Earth will melt at the inside part of the orange, leaving the crust of our planet free to shift. In 1958, Professor Charles Hapgood named it Earth crust displacement. Albert Einstein did support it. People will get it all. The forces of Mother Nature will be so devastating, it will bring an end to this world on winter solstice 12/21/12. Always remember, folks, you heard it first from Charlie Clark. You have to keep a thing like this under wraps. I mean, just think about it, okay? First, the stock market would go. Then, the economy, boom! The dollar, boom! And then pandemonium in the streets. War, genocide, boom, boom, boom! Bullshit. Nobody could keep that big a secret, Charlie. Somebody blew the whistle. And every once in a while, some poor little sucker tries. Like these guys. Boom! Boom! Every one of these guys, dead, dead, dead! Professor Myers. Well, he ran the Atlantis shuttle program. Why did you know he really helped me out with research on my book? Oh, well, that must have been the boy's accident. Oh, yeah, 2 months ago, he was one of my most avid listeners, and he had it all figured out. Everything the government was doing, where and why. He even sent me a map. A map for what, Charlie? What's the map for? Building spaceships, man. I have to go because I gotta get back to Earth. Do you got a traveler for the road? Like, this is my last trip. Anyway.
So there y'all go. There y'all go. Y'all heard from him first. See, I think I had another scene here. Hopefully I recorded it. I'm not sure. If I did. Oh, I did.
This mass suicide was actually discovered by a documentary crew here in the ancient Mayan city of Tikal. Now, the victims, and we've seen many, are said to have adhered to the Mayan Quiche calendar, which predicts the end of time to occur on the 21st of December of this year due to the sun's destructive forces.
Thank you, Mark. Strangely enough, scientific records do support that. We are heading for the biggest solar climax in recorded history.
So yeah, they showed you. And he actually told you straight up the winter solstice. December 21st, 2012, which is this coming December. He actually said it out loud. They dropped this movie at the turn of the decade, last decade, because they fooled everybody into thinking that 2012 was on the Gregorian version of it. But and then they put everybody back to sleep. They tuned everybody again, like the goddamn strangers did in Dark City. And so they woke them up, and then they put them back to sleep after this event, and then they locked everything back down. Right? But they didn't know that Starseeds was gonna rise up and dig that shit back up for now. You see what I'm saying? For now. So yeah, let's continue here. Now, the declaration of war is marked by the Anunnaki bombing more slave facilities in Zarqa, Jordan on September 11, 2012. The explosion has the head of a black man with solar light intelligence bursting out of his third eye. Anunnaki blackhead signature. You see what I'm saying? So let me show you the video first, and then I'll show you the images, what's gonna blow your mind. Hold on here. I'm just show you some of the video. It's 3 minutes, but you'll need about 40 seconds to get the point. So what's the odds of Anunnaki bombing a slave facility on the motherfucking Ethiopian New Year / Ethiopian conjunction? What's the odds of that? Declaration of war. They knew exactly what they was doing. They picked that exact day to fuck this shit up. And I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at them. Let's see here. Got a few images for you. Now here, to the left, or to the right, however y'all see it, it's the blackface that was seen during the Lebanon bombing. See what I'm saying? Straight up. Now over here is the one that happened in Zarqa, Jordan, recently. Y'all see the connection? The Anunnaki is leaving their energetic signature. You know, I seen this before in another movie called Colombiana with Catalina. She will always leave a signature in the form of the Catalina flower. You see what I'm saying? When she murk her enemies, she take the motherfuckers out. So this is exactly what the Anunnaki are doing. They leaving their signature of this. Hold on, let me go back. This black face, the face of the head of a black man. You see what I'm saying? Letting y'all know what it is. Letting y'all know what it is. So time is almost up. Time is upon us. The cycle is on its way to an end. And they already fucking this shit up. Just letting you know. Now, the moon, the next morning, I witnessed the moon and Venus aligned, conjuncted. You know, moon-Venus conjunction. I witnessed Sunday morning, ushered in, I witnessed Sunday morning, the alignment of the moon and Venus. And it ushered in a new shift in energy. There was another moon-Venus alignment Monday morning, and it was horizontal. And I'm going to show y'all the images of that. Let me show y'all the images of that. Here go my image, and here go Venus here, where my hand is at. See what I'm saying? Where my hand is at. It's here. But y'all who on my Facebook page can see it a little clearer. See what I'm saying? Venus like round here, and they go the moon up there. Here go one that Rainbow L sent me. She caught this picture. I wanted to take it myself, but goddamn, the clouds was in the way, but it wasn't cloudy where she was, so she sent it to me. So thank you, Rain. And it's the horizontal alignment. See what I'm saying? Well, it's, you know, so Venus and the moon been aligned. You know, moon is lunar energy, feminine energy, and Venus is love energy. You see what I'm saying? Love energy. And war energy, because love and war one and the same. Venus is Aphrodite, was Inanna. You see what I'm saying? Was I said as well. They all one and the same. You see what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's continue here. The Ethiopian calendar is the solar calendar, and the Mayan calendar is the lunar calendar. Why? Because the sun rises in the east, solar, and sets in the west, lunar. See what I'm saying? Lunar. Oh, and before I forget again, I forgot last time. You know, when Cuz was asked in the movie 2012, about what you think gonna happen to the people. Dr. Adrian Hensley said, "I believe that nature will choose for itself, from itself, who will survive." And one of the people asked me to explain that. That means that if you at least vibrating on your heart chakra, which is the frequency of nature, then you have a chance of surviving, a high chance of surviving. Whereas these other motherfuckers who ain't vibrating on their heart chakra, which is the frequency of nature, has a way lower chance of surviving and gonna be wiped out. See what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be wiped out. But let's continue here. Let's continue. You can even see it in their mythologies. Ethiopian deities are mostly solar deities, whereas Mayan deities are mostly lunar deities. And then, of course, the Ethiopian and Mayan calendar. I showed this in the Great Convergence video. Let's see here. Ethiopian calendar. Mayan calendar. And literally, the Ethiopian calendar has what? A sun in the middle of it. The Mayan calendar has a dude sticking his tongue out. But it's the tongue that you need to pay attention to. It's pointing downward, which is feminine energy. See what I'm saying? It's pointing downward, which is feminine energy. So, yeah. So that's the moon energy, the lunar energy. The lunar calendar. That's why both of them are so fucking powerful. Let's see here. Where are we? Now, here go a little astrology for y'all. The Ethiopian New Year happens in Virgo, which is the frequency of the Virgin Mother. The Black Madonna. Who is it? Show y'all the image of the Black Madonna. Let's see here. The Virgo Mother or the Virgin Mother. Let me see. Here she go. There go the image of the Black Madonna. So yeah, there she go. The Virgo Mother. Now, where was I? The Ethiopian New Year happens in Virgo, which is the frequency of the Virgin Mother, the Black Madonna, who is the Christianized version of Sophia. December 21st is on the Sagittarius, which is Dahana, / Capricorn, the goat cusp, which is the cusp of prophecy, which I talked about in my last lecture. Now, this is where it gets good. This is where it gets interesting. There's a Gnostic prophecy of Sophia, the Virgo mother, finding her mate, who is the Baphomet, the Capricornian goat. But the secret is she has to hunt for him through the cosmos, and that's where Sagittarius comes into play, as it is the sign of seeking truth and knowledge, or gnosis. So the solar mother reunites with the lunar father, and their alignment in the heavens produces the great conjunction on earth. As above, so below. So there you go. There you go. Now, solar results, or results of the Ethiopian conjunction, should I say. Check this out. This one is a little minor, but very interesting. I get to work, and my co-worker tells me that he left his lighter, which represents the spark, in the car. The sun begins to shine on it, and the lighter actually spontaneously combusts and shatters into pieces. The lighter color was blue, which is truth. The solar energy is getting stronger on our planet, and it was just a message to me, let me know that I was on the right path as well. The barrier between the realms, this one is way bigger. The barrier between the realms have weakened tremendously. This weekend at work, I could actually see beings jumping in and out of portals. I could see shades of them out of my peripheral vision. And if I focus on that particular spot long enough, I can see them with my physical eyes. But the catch is, you have to remain calm and detached. So Watcher says, because most of these beings that I saw were not friendly archons. See, they were archons. Now, check this out. Due to this universal declaration, archon activity and body snatching and possession is at an all-time high. So Watcher says out here on this galactic cosmic battlefield, they are agent smithing those close to you. Let me read that again. They are agent smithing both those close to you just to attack you and knock you off your balance. So keep your protection strong. Know that these beings are operating through anybody still hardwired to their system just to get to us starseeds. You see what I'm saying? Just to get to us starseeds. Also, on a side note, they are silencing YouTube videos with consciousness in it. now. So you have to actually click on the videos twice. You have to go back out and click on them again to hear them. You know, if you want to hear them. So the Force quote, you know, the Force War quote. I posted this not too long ago. And it states, a Jedi Master said that the actual battle is being fought through the Force, not with weapons of war. So this is all happening spiritually. So invisible beings, they can't see this. They can't see this go down. So the average person gonna look at you like you fucking crazy. You see what I'm saying? They'll look at you like you fucking crazy. Because they can't see this go down right now. They can't see this go down. So now, solar news. Reality-based Star Wars. Before I went to sleep, while writing this lecture, I felt empathetic and sympathetic about what's about to happen to them, my family and blood relatives and friends, as I seen our house get rocked by the activation of this great purge. There was a great, giant white portal atop my house, and it was just discharging heavy force energy onto my house. So I closed it up. Later, I realized that I would see a glimpse of what's to come after the great convergence. The Capricorn of this year on into next year, the USA, in Capricorn of this year on into next year, the USA and the global governments will fall. You see what I'm saying? Now, as for my human sympathy, empathy, and compassion, when I went to sleep and woke up, then my higher self released a catalog of fuck shit that my family, blood relatives, and corrupt friends, not my main friends, and everyone else who did something, who fucked over me over the years, they ran me through memories of all the fuckery they did over this time frame, right? By the time I got through reviewing the catalog, I was like, fuck them niggas. See what I'm saying? They gonna get what they deserve. So your higher self will be releasing this energetic catalog of what people have done to you over the years, and this will kill all your human sympathy, empathy, and compassion for this system with righteous fury. See, they ain't know that not only do they record what you do, but they actually record what people do to you. See, it works both ways. You know, your high self, your angelic and demonic forces, your spirit guides and soul guardians and spirit guardians, they all record what you do down here as well. But what they don't tell you is they also record what other people do to you as well. And at this time, to the last of their human compassion, you better got in it as it is. Better got in the human empathy and sympathy for these motherfuckers as it is. But they're going to be releasing those catalogs, and you're going to be cycling through those in the form of memories where they show you all the fuck shit that these niggas did to you. And you'll be like, fuck these niggas. They deserve what they get. You see what I'm saying? Toxic relationships, toxic family members, toxic friends, toxic co-workers, toxic bosses, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Whoever hurts you, you're going to get that catalog, and that will be their judgment from you personally of why you should let this shit go. See what I'm saying? Of why you should let this shit go. So now, let's continue here. On another note, Trump has revamped the war on drugs. They just got the local drug dealers down the street from my house earlier today. The sad part is they were just partying and having a good time last night. So they think Trump the good guy here. Trump fucking this country up. Y'all don't even know it. Trumponomics, baby. Trumponomics. So now, what's going on here is they shut this shit down, goddamn coached you into not working with unemployment, took your unemployment away, then took your house, closing up your houses by allowing these motherfuckers to evict you during a quarantine. And finally what they did was they revamped the war on drugs, because now the only way for most of y'all to goddamn even make money is through drug dealing, because a lot of the businesses have closed down now and they never reopened. And those were your skills. You see what I'm saying? Those were your skills. You see what I'm saying? You was a retail worker. You was a lot of corporate worker, whatever you was. A lot of those businesses did not reopen. So your skill that you had to make money with, you can't use now because there's nowhere to use it. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna turn into a life of crime. But before you just become an all-out savage, you gonna do what? You gonna drug deal. You gonna make that $150, $250 a week selling weed or cocaine or heroin. The U.S. government know this. So now, fucking Trump revamped the war on drugs to destroy those who are trying to feed their families at this point. Now, if you're a star seed, you have your skill set probably, and you using it, and you hopefully you don't have to resort to that. You know, for all my drug dealing homies, take your money, buy your resources, pay up your rent for the next 6 months, and chill out. You see what I'm saying? Chill out. Pay up your rent for the next 6 months, pay off your car note for the next 6 months, and chill out. I guarantee you won't have to pay nothing else after that, after these 6 months. So, you know, buy your food and everything, stock up, and lay low. Because they revamped this war on drugs and they coming after y'all. Yep, they coming after y'all. Because they know that now that nobody has money or the regular jobs, most of them are shut down now. So they coming after them. They're coming after them. So this is what you got going on here. They're coming after the drug dealers now. So yeah. So they're going to come after all the criminals and arms dealers and everybody now. Because, you know, that was the only way to capture these motherfuckers. That was the only way to. That's the last resort from people just going all out, committing straight criminal acts and debauchery in this system. See what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on here. Yeah, most motherfuckers think drug dealing is bad. Nah, drug dealing ain't as bad as them motherfuckers to run up in your house with a fucking assault rifle shooting you and taking bad necessities like food and water out your house. Now is it? Nope. Nope. It is not. Now, a Facebook friend of mine asked me about the kids. Now, here's my take on the kids. The kids, there's regular kids, plus those with autism, Down syndrome, and all that. She asked me about the children. If they are 12 and under, then they are still in your care, and they will shift and ascend with you. If the family is not conscious, then the children will be taken up into starships and moved to the new earth. Watch the movie Noah, because this happens in the movie Noah. They took the kids and they shifted them to the new earth for them, because, you know, kids going to have to be raised on another frequency. As a matter of fact, a lot of kids were born right now just to shift. And you know, anybody leave them down here, they about to fuck this shit up. So why would they leave them down here? See what I'm saying? So I hope that answers the question for your kids. See what I'm saying? Now, let's see here. Postscript. The digital revolution is the last revolution of this cycle. So Starseeds, if you have something to say, now's the time to hit that live button and speak your celestial word before this digital revolution dies out. See what I'm saying? Die out. You see what I'm saying? Before it dies out around here. So definitely, you know, go ahead and say what you gotta say, do what you gotta do. Because technology may not be around for much longer. You know, shit, technology got a 3 to 6 month lifespan. I'm gonna say 3 months. I ain't even gonna give you 6 months. I ain't gonna be that nice. You got a 3 month lifespan. You see what I'm saying? So now, so get ready for that. Get ready for that energy there. And finally, the end note. The shift is going to be like nothing you have ever felt before. The shift is going to be like nothing you have ever felt before or seen before. But at the same time, you waited 1 trillion lives to experience this celestial event. So don't let the fuckery that's going on in this society let you miss this great conjunction. And I'm going to show y'all the scene of the great conjunction. I got a better one. Here for y'all. Oh yeah, here goes a picture of the Baphomet. I almost forgot about him. Shit, I almost forgot. Supposed to show him earlier. There go the Baphomet right there. Who is Sophia R6 spouse. And so if these motherfuckers saying that the Baphomet is the devil, they automatically saying that Sophia is the devil, because goddamn, if you type the Baphomet's Greek name into the Hebrew Adbar cipher, it equals up to be Sophia, literally. And vice versa. If you calling Sophia the devil, then you're calling the Baphomet the devil. By default. So it works both ways. You know, you can't fuck with one and not fuck with the other. They both one energy. Baphomet is the masculine energy, even though he's androgynous, and Sophia is the feminine energy, even though she's androgynous. So let me show you to you again. You need both energies. You need balance. The Sophia, I said, she represents the divine and dark feminine. And then you have the Baphomet, who represents the divine and dark masculine. See what I'm saying? And notice they all wearing green. I intentionally did that. Heart chakra, baby, green light radiation. The force of creative will, hue. I intentionally did that. Everybody wearing green here. Sophia, I say, even though Sophia's favorite color is purple, but for the purposes of this lecture, it's green. Then you know you have to be vibrating on the same frequency as your planet, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, which is the color green. Let me see if I got a picture of Mother Gaia in here. Let me see here. Let me see what I'm working with around here. Before we wrap this up. Oh yeah, found the picture. Here go the pictures of the seals of God. That's the phoenix. That activates in your pineal gland and manifests on your third eye. That's the phoenix. And that's the Baphomet head. Just to put that on record. Put it all in one place today. So now, back to what I was saying. Mother Gaia, right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Another note. The green light, hue. See what I'm saying? Hue. The green light radiation. That's what this planet kicks out to you. The empathic force. The empathic force. Let me see here. Hopefully I got a picture of it. Oh, there she go. And here go Gaia. So this is Mother Earth. See what I'm saying? This is Mother Earth. So that's Gaia. Kaya. Ki. Terra. Shit, you name it. You name it. She goes by many names. Let's see here. Here go the world turtle. Everything green. Here go the world turtle, which is Kia, which is Mother Gaia's soul. That's what that represents, Mother Gaia's soul, or the dark crystal, as y'all know it in that particular TV show. And that was purple, which is that Sophian energy. So there y'all go. There y'all go. Everybody rocking that green for that particular green light radiation, that hue, the force of creative will. See what I'm saying? So now, let me end this off with the picture of the Great Conversion. I got a better one for y'all here today that y'all know y'all can see. Y'all see it over there? That's the Great Conversion. This is through a dark world. Wrap it up. So there you go. There you go. That's what the Great Convergence looks like. There you go. The Great Convergence. This is what you're going to be dealing with very fucking soon. Very fucking soon. This is what you need to be outside for. The Aurora event. All that shit that they telling you. The Aurora event. Everything they tell you to be outside for. This is what they talking about. December 21st, baby. The Great Conjunction. Just had the Ethiopian Conjunction September 11th. Now you're going to have the Great Conjunction, which is the Mayan Conjunction. The Mayan prophesied end of the world come December 21st, 2012/2020. So there you go. There you go. So I hope this helps answer any questions that I left out in the first lecture. I know that without that lecture, they'll pose a lot of questions, even for myself. Not just for y'all, but for me as well. Even I had questions after the goddamn lecture. She like, how's this gonna work? How's that gonna work? You see what I'm saying? Well, of course, I had to go out and get them. And once I got them, I brought them to y'all. So with that being said, I got some time here. Y'all got any questions? Ah, 33, baby. Awakening. The awakening. The great awakening. Mustafa, so the people on other planets have to be vibrating on the same frequency of the other planets as well. Now they got to mainly be vibrating on the same frequency as their planet. You see what I'm saying? It's their planet. Whatever the laws of physics or rules of frequency for their planet, which is mostly is heart chakra for everybody. That's what links you up with nature, at least. That's what they got to be vibrating on, even on the other planets as well. Lava souls, third son, what are the souls of those who don't make it going to another third dimensional planet to do this shit, to repeat the process until they get it right? There's many third dimensional planets. So yeah, they're gonna go to another universe that's vibrates on the third dimensional frequency, and they're gonna have to do it all over again. They're gonna have to repeat the process, which is hell, which is the ultimate hell, or the second death for real, if you think about it, because you just went through this fucking process for millions and billions of years, and now you gotta go and do it all over again for another billion years to get this right. I know they ancestors pissed off at them, and they soul gonna be mad at them. They gonna be pissed at themselves. But I tell you the truth. So yeah, hope that helps. So yeah, I hope that helped, Lava. So yeah, I just answered this shit. Where the souls go, what they left behind on this shit if they don't shift and be destroyed by this system. They gotta go somewhere else and do it over again until they get it right. Shit, that's how this shit go. You gotta go back to another school of thought, which may be worse or better than this realm here until you get it right. So that's the second death they speak of in the Bible. You know, your soul has to do this shit all over again, and that planet could either be better or worse, or those planets could be better or worse than this one. That's hell, because you don't know. You don't know which planet is gonna be better or worse than this one. And usually the souls who did good on the planet on a humane level, they'll get to go to better planets where they get the opportunity to become psychics and everything on their realms. But if they were just fucked up down here, then they souls got to go to the worse of planets than this and deal with it there. And it may take them forever. It may take them a few lives to get this shit right, cause they got to get their morality right. They got to get their human heart right first, or whatever heart they gonna have on the next plane. They didn't even get that right. So they gotta get that part right first, then they'll be ready for spirituality. And it's gonna be way harder on those planets, those underversal planets, so or other third dimensional planets who going through this process as well, the universes. So yeah, it's gonna be way harder for them. So I hope that helps. Alicia, is heart chakra work on this realm sufficient to prepare for intergalactic warfare? Of course. A sound heart is a sound mind, because the heart leads directly to the soul. So when the heart balanced, the soul balanced. And when the soul balanced, the mind balanced. And you can do whatever you need from there. See what I'm saying? You can do whatever you need from there. Lava, can they shift at any time to 5D if they elevate? I couldn't tell you. Maybe not, depending on where the planet's evolution is. See what I'm saying? And depending on whether they need it on that planet. Not only do they have to ascend, they still got to help other people on that particular planet as well. So, when I said they got to repeat the whole fucking process, everything we did on this planet to ascend, they got to do on those planets to ascend. You see what I'm saying? They got to do it on those planets to ascend. So, yeah. yeah, this judgment day for real. Judgment cycle for real. So any other questions before I go? Spend a little time with y'all before I get out of here. Oh, yeah, I'm good. To reach where they start completed over as a baby adult, yeah, they gotta be born again. Or are you talking about the kids that are seen with us? Oh yeah, they gonna start off as where they get. Whatever age they was here, that's the age they gonna be when they get to the new earth. If you talking about them, if you talking about the other souls who got to do all this shit over, they got to start off as babies again. They got to be reborn. They got to incarnate in those planes again. You see what I'm saying? If you having those kind of problems, I'm going through intense gang stalking, harassment. Seems like the whole community is out to get me, spreading lies, following me, energy, weapons, etc. Why are they doing this and what can we do about it? They have been isolated and I've lost all my friends behind this awakening movement. Are they doing this because they can't physically touch me? They got me a little paranoid. Number one, they can't physically touch you. And number two, you going through your what's the word, mortification process. Well, all that shit, all them false motherfuckers that was around you in the first place being torn away from you. You don't even need them no more. If they can't keep up with your frequency, they don't need to be there. So fuck them. Fuck them. You're just going through that purification process. That's all. Yeah, so yeah. And I know a lot of people ask me why the Anunnaki blowing up these bases with these people as slaves in there. You see what I'm saying? With these people as slaves in there. And my answer to that is, what Killmonger told y'all, death is better than bondage. So it's better they die. Don't worry, they snatch their souls out of their body before they kill them off or nuke their ass. They take all the souls that's there in that particular vicinity and snatch out their body and take them on to where they need to go. And then they nuke that motherfucker. So death is actually better than bondage. A 30-second death of being nuked is way better than 30 years of slavery. Let me tell you. Ask your ancestors. They'll tell you. Don't any other question. Yes, Debbie. Children 12 years and under. If they 13 above, make sure they force their ass to start meditating right now. They got time, cause as a teenager they can get it quick. They can go through the ascension period quick. So that's teenage years. You see what I'm saying? So 13 on down, they need to force their ass to start meditating now. Get them right now. See what I'm saying? The bullshit. They need to at least have their chakras open before this shift happens. See what I'm saying? Well, they 12 and under, they good. They gonna shift with you if you are already conscious. If the family ain't conscious, then the ET's gonna come pick their ass up, and then it's gonna be a mass. It's gonna be a mass event of people just disappearing. See what I'm saying? They're gonna be leaving this motherfucker. Hell, we gonna be leaving this motherfucker. We gonna come back and fuck this shit up, but we gonna be leaving this motherfucker as well. And we gonna shift to where we need to be. Regenerate, upgrade to our new bodies, and then we're gonna come back and fuck this shit up after the universe fuck it up first with the corona mass injection or the solar flare, the mass solar flare event. So yeah. Yep. Raw, how am I able to control my evil side? Because I am the ruler of the underworld. Best way to control your evil side is to get to know it. Build a relationship with it. Learn to harness those energies. Build up a resistance to your dark side energies. You know, study Darth Vader. Study the dark lords of the Sith. You see what I'm saying? If you into that, you know. Or Thanos or whoever, you know, study the journey of the anti-hero. So you can master those energies inside of you. So yeah. Lava, what can I share about the physical process of shifting for the star seeds? What'll it feel, look like? I already went over that actually at the beginning of the video. Actually, I went over that. Like, you literally gonna feel yourself begin to vibrate, and then your macabre gonna activate. But you're gonna go into a state of meditation. Your macabre gonna activate. You gonna while you vibrating, you're gonna warp up out of here. See what I'm saying? So that's how it goes. You're going to begin to meditate while doing this great celestial event. You're going to begin to vibrate in your meditation. Your macabre going to activate, and you're going to warp out of here. Your macabre going to warp you out of here into your perspective, frequency or dimensional earth that you belong to. See what I'm saying? Well, why can I feel my vibrations and I can amplify them? It's cool. Oh yeah, that's because you more in tune with yourself now. So you can feel your vibrations now. You can feel your chi, your life force, flowing through you now and vibrating. I'm into so many horror things, movie shows, but I watch things like that, I get pissed at the actions I see that are evil. I mean, by whose account? And it depends on what you mean by evil and what's going on. Like, different horror shows have different ways of expressing so-called evil to you. Like, say, for example, Jason Voorhees, the motherfuckers came onto his property. That shit said no trespassing. So was he really evil for murking their asses and they trespassing on his property and his fucking with his peace of mind? Nah. Vice versa, though, Freddy Krueger was a dream assassin. He would come out and hunt you down and kill you. So that was more of an evil act on that in that way. You see what I'm saying? But you can look at it another way. Freddy was just wiping these motherfuckers out through their dreams. You know, dream assassins. You see what I'm saying? He was just murking these niggas who needed to be murked. Who went on the frequency. So yeah. You know, it just all depends on perspective when it comes to evil. Or that word evil. Any other questions? Any other questions before I get up out of here? Alright, sis, thank you. No problem, Isis. No problem, Camelish. But alright, y'all don't have any questions or any other questions? I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out with your friends. Y'all put your word out, share this with your friends, let them know what it is. You know, you want to check out my other work, check me out at the Metal Night Order on YouTube. If you want to Cashapp me, you know. My Cashapp is mcjnetwork. If you want to donate, always thank you in advance. And I'm out. Peace.